Woods entered the picture, entered the scene of golf, lagi parang basketball, may mga ganun pa, di ba? Naghihiyawan ng crowd. Similar to with tennis, di ba? Mas gusto pa ng mga organizer na talagang animated ang mga crowd dahil it gives more excitement to the game.
But of course, keeping the etiquette when it should
yes.
be.
Ganun
Pag
din
yung
naman sa
pumapalo, kailangan
tahimik dapat.
lang.
Kaso dati, walang hiyawan after a score point na todo-todo.
Ngayon, pambihira daw ang energy in the stadium and of course, the atmosphere. Of course, ngayon po si Alex ay lalaban muli.
Yes.
Siya po ay nasa Toronto, Canada na para sa National Bank Open Toronto. At siya po ay lalaban sa third round ng Toronto Open kalaban si Katie McNally na na-upset si Noskova, si Linda Noskova. At yan po ay magsisimula in a few minutes, siguro mga 8:30 to 9 dahil naglalaro pa yung sa stadium court na si Coco Gauff. Pero again, partner, inilipat yung laban ni Alex sa stadium court sapagkat nga sobrang dami ng request ng tickets ng mga Pilipino sa Toronto. At kaya naman napilitan na lahat ng laro ni Alex ay gagawin na po sa main court.
Yes.
At nag-offer pa ngayon ng adobo. Chicken adobo sa menu.
Sa menu, may chicken adobo. Kaya nga po, yung sinasabi nga ng mga iba, di ba? Mas maganda ng ganyan na maraming nanonood, maski pa paano maingay. Pero tama sabi mo, we have to observe etiquette. Similar with golf, di ba? Shh, may quiet na gano'n, no? Parang gano'n din. Pero mas gugustuhin pa natin ang medyo maingay at masaya ng mga spectator kaysa sa naman sa nilalangaw.
Oo.
Diba?
Talaga.
Tahimik.
Kaya pati mga player, pati mga kalaban ni Alex, syempre, nakaka-intimidate yung Filipino crowd. But, considering that it is very animated, energized ng atmosphere, they also like playing in that kind of environment.
Natututo na rin
Natututo na. Mag-a-adjust din yan.
Mag-a-adjust din
para
kayo.
lang Hinebra yan, di ba? Pagkalaban ng Hinebra, talaga mag-a-adjust ka dahil ang tao ay talagang naandun sa side ng Barangay Hinebra. Well, talking about Barangay Hinebra, mamaya-maya po, malapit na natin ipasok ang ating bisita. Pero bago po yan, partner, in other parts of the world, nananalo po ang Pilipino.
Yes.
Congratulations unang-una kay EJ Obiena na nakagintong medalya muli sa Germany sa pole vault with a leap of 5.83 meters. And again, nagsisimula ng mag-pick up ang laro ni EJ. Tanda mo, nakausap natin siya. And I think he's talagang
nasa Greece,
nasa tono na.
Nasa tono na. Sayang nga, I mean, it's a milestone. Unfortunate lang, natabunan nga ng pagkapanalo ni Alex.
Correct.
But that was a milestone, yung pagkapanalo uli ni EJ Obiena.
In addition to that, mga kapatid, yung pong na-interview natin last week, si Annie Ramirez ng Jiu-Jitsu team ng Pilipinas at si Kimberly Custodio ay nag-world champion muli, mga kapatid, sa World Championships. Nakakaganap lamang si Annie nanalo sa 57 kilograms sa World Championship at si Kimberly Custodio sa 45 kilograms. Humakot po ang Pilipinas sa World Championships ng 2 ginto, 1 silver at 4 na bronze medal. So again, partner, kita mo naman ang Pilipino kung saan man.
Alang-ala.
Kaya, saktong-sakto to sa susunod natin pong magiging segment. Sapagkat mga kapatid, alam naman natin, miski pa pagsamasamahin lahat yan, ang interest natin laging nasa basketball. At kaya po mga kapatid, malapit na po tayong humarap sa isa na namang hamon para sa Gilas Pilipinas National Team. At yan po ang ating itatampok sa ating unang yugto sa What's the Score? Yan ang parating na po ang laban ng Gilas Pilipinas sa FIBA Asia World Cup 2027 Qualifiers. At ang mga katagang do or die, yan ang sinasabi ni Gilas Pilipinas coach Tim Cone sa malapit ng torneo na ating pong matutunghayan mismo dito sa ating bansa. At di natatapos dyan ang jam-packed schedule ng national team. Title defense naman sa 20th Asian Games ang susunod nilang aatupagin sa Setyembre. At alam mo naman partner, napakaraming developments na nangyayari sa basketball sa ating mga players. At gusto natin malaman exactly ano ang paghahanda, and of course, sino ba ang
Final.
Sino ang in, sino out?
Sino
Of course, hindi
final
natin malalaman pa yan because but obviously there are already a lot of discussions about the lineup of Gilas Pilipinas. At para po pag-usapan ito, makakausap po natin mismo ang head coach ng Gilas Pilipinas and of course the head coach ng Barangay Ginebra Kings. Walang iba kundi si Coach Tim Cone. Magandang umaga, Coach Tim. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Coach.
Hi, sorry. Good morning. I was just checking my mute to make sure I was on.
Hey, Tim, how are you? How are you coping with the weather?
Well, August is always the rainy season, man. It's always a tough golfing weather. That's what it is right now. It's
and
tough
even
to get on
tennis
the golf
weather,
course.
for that matter, unless you're an indoor courts player, right? So, but it's good.
Unless you're playing indoors, yeah.
Right.
So
Well-
tough to exercise at this point.
But it's good to have you,
You
Tim.
get so excited about wanting to play tennis that you get to see Alex play.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Sorry?
we'll be seeing her in a while, but let's go to the main topic here, Tim. And I know you're busy handling Ginebra. You're preparing for Gilas with this big window coming up. Before anything else, Tim, you said that this is a do or die. This is a do or die window for you. It's a crucial do or die stretch. Lay the table for us here, Tim.
Yeah.
Tell us how crucial are these next two games, this window, and perhaps the next one.
Well, we moved on to the second grouping now, so we're now thankfully, we're finally out of the Australian, New Zealand side. So, we wished we had done better there. It's not unexpected that we finished our record 2-4, but we had a couple of chances to beat New Zealand. We lost to them by 3 points here at home, and then we went down there and lost to them in double overtime. It would have been really great for us to win at least one of those two games, and that would have taken some of the pressure off us going into this next round. And the next round now we are meeting the Middle Eastern teams, and that's Iran and Jordan and Syria.
Yeah.
So that's our group now. So we're now a group of six, including Australia, New Zealand, Guam. Australia, New Zealand, ourselves, and then
The three
Jordan,
Middle Eastern.
Syria,
That's
and Iran.
Right.
So you have to finish within the top three of that
That's
grouping.
Right.
to
And
advance.
currently in that group,
Otherwise,
Group E, Tim, you are at fifth. Australia with 4-0. Jordan is 3-1. Iran is 3-1. Of course, we only put the records of the teams that you're playing against. New Zealand is 2-2, and the Philippines is looking for its first win in this group, together with Syria. So it's really a tough call. So I want to ask you, Tim, before we go to the nitty-gritty of the Gilas preparations for this window, there is a Asian Games coming up as well, and you are now preparing this team. Are you looking at the preparations as one entire program right now? Are you already preparing the team for both, or are you concentrating first on one before you go to the next one?
I think we have to take them one at a time. Only one of the reasons why is that the team will pretty much drastically change between the window and the Asian Games. None of the Japan or Korean players will be available for the Asian Games. So, the guys like Carl Tamayo and KQ and Dwight, AJ Edu, all those guys, Mike Phillips, none of them will be available for the Asian Games.
Right.
Because it's, again, the mother teams do not have to release players for non-FIBA tournaments. So Asian Games is a non-FIBA tournament.
Right.
That's why the last Asian Games, we went with a full PBA contingent of players last time, and we're going to have to do that again this year as well.
Right.
So it's that team will be different from the team that we are playing, bringing to the window, because
All
we
right.
will have Dwight, we will have AJ, those guys and Carl and KQ. Hopefully Q and B, if he gets through his rehab properly, we'll have those guys for the window.
All right. So, okay. So, the 30-man pool that you were discussing, Tim, is different, is going to be for the Asian Games, and the current pool for the windows will remain. So, let's go straight to the point here. Is JB, how is JB? Is he going to be playing? Are you considering Benny if his papers come? And what about Kai Soto?
Well, Benny is out. He won't be able to play in either tournament. There's a slight possibility he could play in the window. We have, when I'm talking about the window, is the FIBA tournament with Iran and Jordan. The Asian Games is obviously the tournament in Japan. So Benny will not be available for the Asian Games. The papers didn't come in time. Japan has already stricken him from the list and won't be considered anymore for the Asian Games. There's a slight possibility he could make it for the window, but we expect Justin to play in that, assuming he's 100% by that time. And so basically it's Justin for the window and Justin for the Asian Games.
Wow.
Again, as long as he's 100%, because Benny will not be available. The papers didn't come from the government in time.
Okay.
So Kai is still a question mark. We haven't heard a firm no from them yet. We're hoping to hear something from him sooner rather than later, but the door is still open for Kai to join us. The word we have right now is that his schedule is going to get very busy in August because he has some things on the fire in the United States, in terms of joining teams there. So we're not exactly clear exactly where Kai is at this point, but certainly the door is open. He is an absolute game changer for us. Yeah, so basically the door will always be open for him. But right now it's just Justin.
Okay, Coach.
As our player.
Yeah, Coach. Let's go back to the window this coming August 28th and 30th. For the benefit of the viewers and all the listeners in the program, how crucial is this? The must-win situation leading towards the next window, window 5 and window 6.
Well, again, we're coming down to playing two games, one against Iran and one against Jordan. They are the leaders of their group as we go into the crossover. I think the records you were mentioning, Noli, were lacking. It's 6 games that we have played so far.
Yes,
So
those records
games.
are
So
from
I think
FIBA. Those records are from FIBA, and they took out the games against Guam. So basically, and also the games against the other teams in the Jordan side. So this is only against the games that you played against the remaining teams. Yeah. That's the way they placed it in the FIBA website.
I didn't even know that. For me, I heard it was a total crossover. But in any case, you can see that we're going to need. We need to win all of our games and get some help from Australia and New Zealand to continue to win their games as well. So to move up in the standings and to get to the top 3. So the moment we lose a head-to-head to Iran or a head-to-head to Jordan, that really puts us behind the 8 ball and makes it very, very difficult. So our margin for error is very small. That's why, like I said, splitting with New Zealand or finding a way to beat Australia would have been absolutely imperative for us, but we weren't able to do that. So now these games become absolutely crucial and basically do or die. We can't afford to have. We're assuming that Australia and New Zealand will have the top 2 slots in our grouping. So we're all fighting for the third group and the third seed, and that would be through Iran and Jordan.
Do you have any news if RHJ will still play for Jordan in this window, or
No, he will not. He will not play for our for. He's under an exclusive contract with Talk and Text through the year, and plus, I don't think he's absolutely available yet. I don't think he's going to be ready till to come back and play in the PBA until sometime in the second round.
Okay.
He's still recovering from his Achilles.
So Tim, how are you sizing Iran and Jordan
Yeah.
right now?
Well, we've been looking at their video already. I even went back to the Asian Games video and viewed that a couple nights ago, just to get a feel for them again. And the players that they played in the Asian Games last time when we played in the against them are different from the. I mean, the stars are still the same, but the way the team's been built is differently. It's all coming down to, can we get our best players, and do we, if we can get our best players, I don't have any fear of them. But right now, we're going to be lacking size. We're not sure of Junmar at this point. We're not sure of Kai at this point. We're not sure of QMB at this point.
Wow.
Mike Phillips has already bowed out. Because he's attending a wedding for his brother. So except for AJ Edu, we're going to have to find some other size that we haven't had on the team previously. Yeah. And that's really what we're trying to do now.
And of course, as you said, JB, while he is going to be the guy that will be tapped, is also coming off an injury. So obviously, the whole thing, it's really stacked against us. When you look at your 30-man pool, is there anyone in particular that you are considering to fill in these very big shoes, especially among the big men?
Well, we're talking about it. We're certainly talking about it and looking around, and that's going to be decided probably within the next 3 to 4 days. We're meeting with the SBP on Monday, and we're going to go over some of these things. Obviously, we'd like as much continuity as we can,
right?
Moving forward, because this is what the whole program was based on. Was based on continuity, and it's been my job. I feel my job has been that I need to be able to recruit the best players. I have to be able to do that, and I've not been able to do that. I've failed in that, and I feel like I'm not doing my job. Some of it is because of injury, but I haven't been able to always attract everybody to come into the thing, and that's a failure on my part. So we're going to take a look at different avenues on Monday and different players and see what we can do. But we do want to stay as continuous as we can, because in my opinion, I feel continuity is really, really crucial to elevating systems when it comes to basketball, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right. Well, obviously it's a tough job. If it's a tough task, given the circumstances of all our players and trying to bring them all back. Let's talk a little bit about the Asian Games. I know it's a couple of, several weeks away, but still, obviously there's a lot of news coming out already. With this so-called passport rule only, Tim, are you, and considering that we will be losing many, if not all, of the B League and KBL players, are you again looking to add all of our naturalized players in the team? Is that something that you already are considering that you did this last Asian Games in Hangzhou?
Well, we're certainly looking at Kwame, Kwame. He played with us in the last Asian Games and was fantastic. And certainly we'd like to bring him along this time. We're still verifying, how many naturalized players we can bring. Last time it was passport, but they only allowed 2 naturalized players, and then passport. And so we'll see what we can do. But like I said, we would have loved to bring Benny, but we couldn't get his passport in time to make the deadline of the Asian Games submission. We were hoping
that's
that
the cutoff.
we knew that we didn't have him under passport, and
Right.
we were hoping that we could make an appeal as the games got closer and as we got the passport. But Japan, we got word that Japan has disallowed that
Wow.
and has taken him off the list that he was submitted to.
So,
So
yeah.
that's just something that we're going to have to deal with and move on. We had these issues in the last Asian Games we played.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but we had all kinds of lineup issues. We ended up getting our final lineup like 3 days before we actually left for the Asian Games. We were practicing with a bunch of guys and found out they weren't eligible anymore. I had to pick up some last minute guys and we went there with little or no hope at all at doing well. And lo and behold, we ended up winning the gold medal for the first time in
In
61 years or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, so, now we're out there trying for the national team, whether you go back to Chut and you go back to Tab, you go back to, Yang Yao, even way back in Norman Black, Sonny Jaworski, the Centennial team, you don't always get all the players that you want. And you just got to have to make do as you go.
You're right.
And find a way. Last time we were able to find a way, we're going to try to see if we can find a way this way and through the window. But I think we can put a really strong team together for Asian Games, and it's going to be a PBA contingent. So I think they're all going to have a chip on their shoulder to prove that they deserve to be on the national team, and so that's really important for us and obviously the PBA. But the one that's really on our minds right now that's really important for the country is also the window. Because if we don't do well in the window, we're not going to be able to make the World Cup. And I think that has been what I was hired for. So if we can't make the World Cup, then I obviously haven't done my job. And the program will probably most likely have to move on.
Well, we certainly don't want that. We have all confidence in you, Tim. Before I just want to ask you, there are a couple of names, several names that you added in this 30-man Gilas pool now that are relatively new to your program. And, we're talking about Nokum, for instance, Kalen Chongson, Brandon Bates, Bearfield, I don't know if he's still in, Troliano, Lucero, and some other guys. Is there a common denominator for the invitation, Tim? What was the thinking there that you looked at?
Well, obviously, we're looking at the how players are playing currently. How well they're playing currently. I think that's one of the main things. Nokum has obviously been playing great basketball. It's really going to be about as it ends up. It's going to be about filling spots, filling the guard position, the point guard, the off guard position, filling the wings, and then trying to have the proper big men. So we went through the players. We went through we knew it was going to be a PBA, mostly a PBA contingent. So we made sure that we had everybody, all the positions covered. Unlike last year, we had a list like this, and we found most of them were all from Japan and Korea and from overseas, and then we found out they were all ineligible to make it. So we didn't have any players to choose from, and a very small pool to choose from. So we tried to make sure we rectified that this time, and make sure we put a lot of PBA players there. To give us an opportunity to put a good team together.
Well, does that mean that you will be working with these guys early enough to know who's going to get qualified? So I guess the question that is begged is, How much time do you have to prepare for all of these things then? I know that was also an issue last time in the Asian Games. Is that something that you are getting a little more prep time?
Well, ideally it would have been great to take the team that played in the window and move them right into the Asian Games, continue to play in the Asian
That's
Games.
right.
Because again, you have that continuity, and you don't need to reassemble a whole bunch of guys and play
Correct.
again.
Yeah.
However, the other side of the coin is, you get kind of worn out playing these windows and stuff. Luckily, we're not traveling this time. We had the last window, we had to travel from Auckland to Perth, which was a 8.5 hour flight, and then come in and play right away against Australia, without Justin. And, that really put us behind. But, coming in again with the Asian Games team, they're going to be fresh. They're going to be motivated. It's not going to be the same old. So, there's another, side of that coin that says that, you put a different team together, they might come out with a little bit of different motivation. And we're looking forward to that.
Terrific. Well, I know it's a long way still, but everyone is already looking at a back-to-back championship in the Asian Games, of course. That's something that you brought so much glory and happiness to the Filipinos, Tim. And I know it's going to be really, really difficult, but in Tim we trust, as we always say. Tim, before I let you go, I want to ask you about Ginebra. First of all, you right now you're tied for fourth. It's in a tough Group B. They say it's a typical Ginebra start. The FPJ start where you get banged up
There's
first,
a couple of games.
before you start picking up again. But what have been the positives so far for you in this last 5 games that you've played?
Well, the whole idea for us is to progress, is to get a little bit better as we go along. And we've always used this philosophy. We use the eliminations as our practice for the playoffs. This is a development time for us to get us ready for the playoffs. And, that's assuming we all obviously make it. So you can't fall too far behind. But that's why we never panic early, because we always feel like, this is we're learning at this point. We're trying to get our game to the proper level, and we feel like that's once we have that philosophy, then we're not going to worry too much about how things are at this point. But right now, we got Scotty returning to us, which is huge, and because he brings so much to the table for us in terms of energy, organization, defense, mindset. He is, like the typical player that we want to have on the basketball team. So, he infects everybody else and lifts everybody else, makes everybody a better player. So we're looking forward to getting him. That should help us a little bit more. And then in the break, we'll see what happens again with Justin. Is he able to survive the window in the Asian Games and then be able to come back to play with the Ginebra? Those are questions that still need to be answered.
Right.
But we're comfortable with the progress of Riley at this point. So we feel we're in a good place, not a great place, but we feel we're in a good place at this point.
Yeah.
Got a big game tomorrow that we need to play well at, get back to 500. And if you remember the last conference, we started off 3-3 also. We were 2-3, 3-3, and then we went on a winning streak.
Yeah.
And then, found ourselves in the finals. Yeah. So it's not a blueprint that we're unfamiliar with.
Yeah, Coach, I guess most of the basketball fans are really amazed with what you've been doing. You've been wearing several hats as coach of the Gilas, and then coach for the Asian Games, and also coach for Meralco. Ginebra, I mean. So, wearing those several hats, I tip my hats off for you.
Well, thank you. It's been a little bit exhausting, I must admit. I mean, while everybody's taking
imagine.
breaks,
Yeah.
and this is something I think people don't understand that. While everybody else is breaking for these windows,
Yeah.
the
You're not.
players and I, and so when I look at Troy and RJ, who had to play the last window, had the 6-game series, the 7-game series. The next day they had practice, and then 2 days later left Brisbane, had to play through the window. They come back.
Medyo nagahang yung signal. Let's see.
Get off
Yeah.
and do all that. And I'm not sure if I'm still on. Am I
You're still on. You're still on, Tim.
You're still on.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Hello?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, Tim. Yes, we
Oh,
can.
I'm still on. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I'm frozen. My screen is frozen. So anyway, I just want to say when I look at that and I see RJ play and I see Troy play, my expectations are not unreasonable. I realize what they've gone through, and the same thing with Jumar and all the other guys that have continued to fight through these windows. They're doing tremendous things. Like I said, all the other players are taking a break, but they are not. They are totally continuing. And they've been doing this.
Well, Tim, I think your signal is... Yeah.
Pride in how much they fight and continue to come together and be good people and good players and have great chemistry. It just, I thought the chemistry in our last window was awesome. It was like the best trip ever. After that, but up until that point, it was a tremendous team to be around.
Well, Tim, I know it's gonna be it's gonna be a long month and 2 months for you, August and September. But you are the right man for the right task.
Yeah.
Tim, we wish you all the
My
best.
son is getting married September 5th in the States, and I'm going to be in Korea at the time.
Oh wow, my goodness. Well, you better drop by the U.S. Open if you. Alex's match is about to start, so I won't let. I know you. I know you're. I know you're a
It's
fan.
just part of the sacrifices that go on.
I know you're a fan of Alex, so it's about to start. Enjoy the match, and we wish you all the best for Gilas and for Barangay Ginebra. Thank you so much, Tim, for joining us today.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's go watch Alex, man. She is. I don't have words for her. Incredible.
Incredible indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Mga kaibigan, ang head coach ng Gilas Pilipinas at ng Barangay Ginebra, Coach Tim Cone, ang hirap ng trabaho
Ang
niya.
hirap. At saka tama rin yung sinabi niya, di ba? Hindi lang siya, di ba? Pati yung mga core ng players, sunod-sunod yung laban.
Yes,
Diba?
yes. At ang problema pa, hindi nga pare-pareho.
Hindi pare-pareho.
Kasi hindi nga itong Asian Games hindi naman FIBA sanctioned or hindi siya FIBA organized. So wala siya dun sa exemption sa mga liga. So yung mga nasa Korea po at Japan,
Hindi pwede maglaro
Hindi
doon.
pwede ayaw payagan
Ayaw
maglaro.
payagan,
Oo.
ayaw payagan.
Siyempre, ganun ang style. Ayaw mong bigyan ng pinakamagagaling na player, lalo na kung sa Japan dahil doon gagawin ng Asian Games eh. So again, pagdasal po natin na makuha ni Tim yung pinakamagagaling na player pa rin natin. And again, that begs the question, partner. Yun ang trade-off na pag nagpunta ka sa abroad, wala tayong control doon sa mga player na yon. Hindi kagaya dito, talagang may control tayo, no? So, how this is worked out, of course, it does not only for the Philippines. Lahat naman ng bansa ganyan Lahat naman naapektuhan. So, we'll see sa mga susunod na araw kung ano pa mangyayari sa Gilas, Pilipinas. Oy, nagsisimula na po ang Ayala versus McNally in just a short while. Pero bago po yan, syempre isa pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Pro Prepaid and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription top-up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today!
Thank you!
Sa amin pong pagbabalik ang masayang Casio Bash at mamaya ang isang coach ng Philippine National Team. Nag-uusapan po natin ang magandang paglalakbay ni Alex Ayala na ngayon po ay malapit na lumaban doon po sa Toronto. Dito po sa Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Joyride, Photon at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin, 8:44 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima and by M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
FM
on 105.9.
Dito tayo sa totoo.
With Technogas Technique, cooking isn't just about making meals. It's about creating moments. Discover safe, durable, and high-performing kitchen appliances built to last with Technogas Technique. From cooking ranges and range hoods to built-in hobs, ovens, and other kitchen appliances, Technogas Technique is designed to bring elegance and efficiency to your kitchen. Experience Italian kitchen excellence with Technogas Technique, your cooking partner. That's the Technogas Technique.
Suramiras po, baka manalo cash. Sa Ginuma na, Hinebra na. Gins Nanalo promo na. May 5 winners ng 1 million cash. At over 100 million in cash prizes ang ipamimigay.
Bumili ng Ginebra San Miguel and other participating products. Tingnan ang ilalim ng selyo ka para sa set manalo. At i-claim ang premyo sa partner redemption stores o sa salesman nationwide.
Cashali na!
Promo runs from July 16 to November 15, 2026 per DOH FDA CFR permit number 0648 series of 2026. Drink responsibly.
Bigla ang gastos?
Bagong plano? Travel!
O kaya bagong negosyo?
Buti na lang, may Cebuana Lumiere!
Sangla?
Personal loan. Jewelry. Negosyo loan.
OFW? At motor loan? Basta loan?
Sa Cebuana, goods ka!
Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Warning! Baka mapaisip ka at mapatawa ka pa! Kung sawa ka na sa usapang puro bula, dito walang lasing sa chismis. Malalasing ka lang sa katotohanan. Kasama si Attorney Ed Chico. Usapang may tama pero walang hangover. Maiinit na balita, matitinding banat, legal na paliwanag at komentaryong may kurot at may kulit. Simula August 10, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 5:30 hanggang 6:30 ng gabi sa 105.9 True FM. At mapapanood din 9 hanggang 10 ng gabi sa 1PH. Huwag mag-alala, kahit mapatamaan ka, libre ang reality check. Amoy Chico! Dito lang sa 105.9 True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid. Panahon na ng pagiging true. Broadcasting on 105.9 Mega Manila, 106.7 Davao, 101.9 Cebu, and 101.5 Cagayan de Oro. True news, information, public service, entertainment, and inspiration. Kami ang True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid. Simulcast on True TV, on Signal Channel 19, and on TrueNetwork.ph.
Mukhang
kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala.
Naimbag na bigat kada kayo amin sa lahat po ng ating mga kaibabayan sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur, and of course, kamusta po sa ating mga suki dyan po sa Tanawan City, Batangas. Kamusta po kayong lahat dyan at sana'y patuloy kayong tumutok sa atin dito sa Power and Play. Partner?
Yeah, maabiga kamusta na kayo naman dito na Dalinggen, Pangasinan. Medyo maulan po dyan, kaya tingnan nyo rin po. At also, gusto ko magpasalamat sa aking sister-in-law, si Miriam Yam Bibay.
Bakit?
Salamat dito sa sombrero.
Ayun.
Professional coffee drinker. Dahil nakikita niya ako palagi umiinom ng kape. Kaya maraming salamat. Thank you very much.
Wala bang kapatid yan? Sister-in-law? Oy, mga kaibigan, noon po sa mga nakatutok sa laban ni Alex at medyo ngayon ay nasa sasakyan o di kayo naglalakad, nakikinig sa atin. Natalo po si Alex sa first game. Na-break kagad. Pero maaga pa. Bibigyan po namin kayo ng update as we go along. Alright, bago po tayo magpatuloy, syempre, atin pong ipaalala muli na patuloy po ang pamimigay ng Joyride super app ng premyo dito sa Power and Play sa kanila pong Joyride Top Up promo sa Power and Play para manalo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits. Napakadali pong sumali. I-download lamang ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ang app's home screen. Ipadala po yung screenshot via PM sa PNP FB page. Kasama po ng inyong pangalan at registered number. At meron po kami pipiling 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits para magamit nyo po sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Car, Joyride Taxi Cab, at Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Lahat po yan mula sa Joyride Super App. Alright, mga kapatid, partner, ready na tayo sa ating susunod na segment, ang masaya at inyo pong laging, yung pong mga pinag-uusapan nating balita sa mundo ng palakasan sa masayang Casio Bash. At ang Casio Bash ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo, Love Your Journey. At dito po sa Casio Bash, tayo magbibigay ng mga sound bites, mga balita at mga video na bibigyan po ng komentaryo ng ating mga bisita kung sila po'y sang-ayon, cash, at kung sila po'y hindi sang-ayon sa ating pong proposition ay bash. At ngayong araw pong ito, ito'y suki natin and of course sinusundan natin lahat sa coverages ng One Sports and sa PBA. Walang iba kundi ang ating pong kaibigan, veteran broadcaster, Paolo del Rosario. Magandang umaga, Pao.
Magandang umaga, Sir Jera, Kong Noli. Sir Jera, ang ganda po ng top ninyo as a fellow professional coffee drinker. I enjoy that. Kong Noli, you are my second favorite Iyala po. I'm honored to be here.
Nung araw ako una mo.
Alam mo, ito si Paolo, kukunin ko itong director sa aking PR firm. Ang galing mag-PR eh.
Di ba? Kulang na lang, humingi ng cup din sa'yo, di ba?
Ay, pero bago tayo mag-cash or bash, Paolo, no? Di ba? You covered the games yesterday, di ba? Ang ganda ng laban. No? Natalo ang natalo ang NLEX sa Terra Firma. At kaso nga lang, hindi nakuha ng Meralco yung Iyala effect.
Bakit?
Pagkatapos ng ulan, nanalo kay Pegula. Tinambakan sila.
So far, it's been topsy-turvy, no, Pao? Ang team standings natin, the surprises, the bottom teams winning against some of the favorites, and some very surprising names at the top of the team standings, Pao.
Absolutely. Alam mo yung conference na to, you're starting to feel the effects rin of just how long yung season is natin. Meralco in particular, at one point they had 4 players out injured. Barangay Ginebra also not completely healthy. Scotty Thompson also not part of the mix yet. And of course, you go up and down, yung nakita natin talagang umaarangkada sa rankings natin are the ones who haven't played as much playoff basketball in the past. Kaya we are going to be hoping at least yung mga Giants po natin na nakita natin usually will get into form and play the basketball that we know that they're capable of. Obviously, kapag Governor's Cup, it's always going to be a crapshoot with the import situation. Converge ka, nagpalit na ng import eh. So we're going to see whether or not things normalize or if we're going to have a conference kung saan may makita tayong champion or at least contender na hindi natin usually nalagay sa category na yon.
And alam mo, the other thing about this conference, of course, is the mga bagong coaches, partner.
Oo.
Ang dami nating, maraming head coaches ngayon na in their first full conference, no? Particularly, of course, Jimmy Alapag. Then you have Charles Chu, there is Pat Aquino, andyan, of course, si L.A. Tenorio. Among all of these four, Pao, who do you think has really been impactful sa kanilang teams?
Oh, I think without question, is si Coach Jimmy Alapag. I feel that he has reinvigorated yung NLEX franchise despite the loss against the Terra Firma Jeep. But of course, you also have to credit si Coach Pat Aquino. He brings so much energy to the Blackwater Bossing. I talked to some of the players of Blackwater Bossing, and right now, they actually love the fact na sinisigawan sila ni Coach Pat Aquino. It's a different type of energy. So that is something to consider. How far he could bring Blackwater, of course, it remains to be seen. But Coach Charles Chu is a good friend of mine. He's always been very cerebral in the way that he's attacked basketball. Kaya makita natin whether or not his ideas eventually pan out. He's a great manager when it comes to yung mga Phil-Ams in particular, and of course yung mga imports. So I think we're gonna get to see him shine talaga sa mga conferences na may mga reinforcements po tayo.
And alam natin si Charles is also going to the Jones Cup kasama ng strong group, and ang lakas din na naman ng team na yan.
Boban.
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 hindi yan
Hindi yan yung tea,
hindi milk tea. Before we go to the items, ito hindi ko maano to eh. Alam ko ikaw pa aside from PBA ang sinusundan mo, the Utah Jazz.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Darren Peterson, ang second pick overall sa NBA draft. And of course now, ang Utah is re-energized with the Darren Peterson. Andyan na si JJJ, Jaren Jackson Jr. Kasama of course si Lauri Markkanen and George. How do you see Utah in this coming season ng NBA, Pao?
Not as good as Philadelphia. But, alam mo,
no-brainer,
the Utah Jazz are obviously reinvigorated. Mas maganda yung lineup nila. But at the same time, it's also still a very young group. So we're going to see, their star player is obviously still si Lowry and si JJJ. But their future really hinges on si Darren Peterson and si Ace Bailey at the moment. Kaya makakita natin how, first of all, the growth of Ace Bailey, if he is actually going to be a key contributor dito sa season na to. But of course, Darren Peterson, people are saying, he has to start or maybe he should come off the bench. We'll see if the comparisons are true. Kung malakubi nga siya, itong si Darren Peterson, or if he's going to be more Bradley Beal, diba? But my personal favorite comparison was actually kay Ray Allen. And for those who are too young to know what Ray Allen was when he was younger, especially with the Milwaukee Bucks back in the day, alam mo, that gets me so excited. Kaya makita natin kung Ray Allen nga siya, or Bradley Beal, or maybe he is his own thing, Darren Peterson.
Well, matagal-tagal pa yan. Pero,
tagal pa.
Siyempre,
as
I said, hindi kagaya ng Philadelphia.
Pero,
iba talaga yung Sixers ngayon.
Pero yung chismis that Klay Thompson will play for the LA Lakers?
Alam mo naman, maraming chismis eh.
Oo
nga eh.
Tatay daw nagpo-push eh.
Na-chismis nga ako, nagtuturo kay Alex Ayala. By the way, naitabla ni Alex
sabi ko sa'yo, umpisa pa lang
pero dito sa third game, na-break na naman siya. So all service games, broken. So 2-1 lamang po si KT McNally at so far dito sa laban ni Alex. Alright, let's go to our COB items of the morning, Pao. You know the drill. Bato-bato sa langit, tamaan magagalit, and of course, walang tama, walang mali. Let's begin with the first one. Lalaro para sa Creamline Cool Smashers, si Sachi Minoa, ang pangalan niya, kilala na bilang Jaja Santiago. So, Casio Bash, title or nothing ang expectations sa Creamline sa PVL Invitational Conference. Go, Pao!
Cash for me. Alam mo, Jaja, Santiago Manabat, Sachi, Minoa, whichever name you want to use, the rose still smells as sweet. Alam mo, we have to remember that she is, despite not having the best fandom, she is probably the most talented Filipina volleyball player we have seen in a generation. Yes, she might not be as flashy as some of the other big names, but she is a born winner. There's a reason why Japan wanted her to play for them. There's a reason why she's playing international volleyball all the time. At kung naalala niyo po ninyo, last time she played in the PVL, she won it. Okay, she gave the only title, or at least the first title here for Cherry back in the day. Kaya makikita natin, and I believe personally that she is still a born winner and she will tilt the balance in favor of Creamline, who is obviously filled with a lot of great veterans. Yes, it's not a young team, but it is a team that knows how to win, and si Jaja Santiago will be able to help provide that extra push, that extra boost, and will only be good for the league to have a talent of that caliber back in the fold.
Exactly, partner.
Well, I'll give a deeper analysis on what Paolo said. Yeah.
Talaga. Oh, sige.
Copy-paste. You said it all. Totoo naman, di ba? Si Jaja, syempre, will you be participating in this tournament without expecting na mananalo ka? And with the caliber of Jaja Santiago, di ba? Talagang all out yan.
Tsaka, of course, alam naman natin ang history ng Creamline
yes.
Smashers. No? They are a championship team, a dynasty for a while sa PVL, of course, because
so,
of
bash ka.
Ha? Ako. Kas na kas.
Oh, and just a reminder po, they haven't won in 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yun lang nga. No,
kaya they're hungry.
Exactly.
Hungry for the win.
Yung ibig sabihin, di ba? Hungry sila.
Pero, again, there are many other teams na nagpalakas. Kaya, hindi pa natin, of course, Jaja is Jaja Santiago, no? And she is a person that has a lot of experience. Of course, getting up there also in age, pero alam naman natin na iba pa rin yung matangkad eh. And as a middle blocker, I mean, Jaja will really certainly be a big help dito sa Creamline, and particularly sa kanilang depensa. Kung saan I think that they really lack. That's something that I think Creamline is really looking for more help, yung kanilang depensa. Alright, let's go to our second item of the morning. Ayon sa report ng Spin, bigger para kay Remy Martin o Remy Martin, whatever. Remy Martin lang yan. Yan. Ang makalaro sa Gilas kaysa makatungtong sa NBA. Aba, talaga ha? Kasyo Bash, dapat gawin ng SBP lahat para makalaro sa Asian Games ang Phil American Guard. Go, Pao!
Ooh, alam mo, this might be unpopular, but I might go Bash for this one only because, to be honest, it feels, first of all, yung statement na yun ni Remy Martin, I feel that it is bigger for him to be part of Gilas in the NBA right now because I think it would help him career-wise more than from a personal standpoint. But at the same time rin, Remy Martin, I wish he spent more time around yung Philippine basketball scene because as you know, yung Gilas team po natin under Coach Tim Cone, and I'm sure he'll have thoughts on it and maybe has already said something about it, that very systemic yung paglalaro ng Gilas Pilipinas, and you can't just plug and play people in, and someone who's not too familiar with yung sistema ni Coach Tim Cone. Yes, the talent might be there, but then if you're not within the environment for a very long time, or at least have played against it, like yung mga PBA players po natin, it will be a bit difficult for them to really show off what they have. And minsan nga, it might not actually pan out the best for our national team. And especially with the Asian Games, you're also going to consider who you're going to be part of that lineup. Coach Tim values size, and Remy Martin is not necessarily the biggest player. Of course, the caveat there is always RJ Abarientos, to be honest. But in general, the general rule for Coach Tim Cone, he loves the size of his guards. And Remy Martin, unless he's incredibly special, and we're going to see more of that sa Jones Cup, I don't think would move the needle as much, personally speaking.
Partner?
Again, I agree with Paolo here. Kumbaga, sinabi lang niya yan para sa kanyang karir. But at 28 years old, I don't think medyo may hope siya sa NBA career at 28 years old. And given his height, no?
Guardia.
Siguro makikita natin the showcase will be during the Jones Cup. Kung makita. Now, with regards to Gilas playing in the World Cup, malabo. Asian Games, baka. No? Kung magagawa ng paraan, di ba? Dahil talagang kulang Mawawala nga yung mga players natin who are playing in Korea and Japan. And we need somebody to boost the national team for the Asian Games.
Well, I think to give him a chance is fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pero kung gagawin lahat para makalaro siya, I think that's another matter. Because tama si Pao, sistema ang laging ating pinag-usapan dito. Lagi na nga sinasabi ni Tim, I don't need to bring all of the best players. I just need to have the team that is most capable of playing together. And obviously, Remy Martin is a very good player, member of the NCAA champion team. He's now a professional. But, you know, marami tayong player na kanyan, na katulad niya, no? We haven't seen him exactly play with our local players. So again, that will be another adjustment period. So it's a good idea na sana makuha natin muna siya, maglaro siya dito sa PBA. I think that's something that the PBA should be looking at, trying to give him a chance to play there, and also maybe give him an opportunity to play with our locals. Pero I think to get him right away in the Asian Games is another matter.
Kailangan pakitang Gilas muna siya sa Jones Cup. Di ba?
Makikita natin. Well, of course, alam mo naman si Coach Charles, pag mga ganyan,
diba?
magaling humanap ng ng ano yan ng gem. All right, let's go to a third and final item of the morning. Maagang umexit sina Alex Ayala at Venus Williams sa women's doubles ng Canadian Open. So Casio Bash, blessing in disguise kay Alex ang pagkatalo niya sa doubles. Go Pao.
I think it's a bash, to be honest, because I want Alex, and I think Kom Noli will agree with me here. As much as we understand, yes, mas nakapagod siya, I want Alex to be around greatness more often. And yung mga partner niya sa doubles, Venus Williams, my goodness. Okay, the fact that you can learn from that more often, being around her and understanding what it takes to have yung superstar mentality, and of course, staying locked in all throughout her career. There's a reason why she's had such a long career, itong si Venus Williams. And for me, it's not necessarily about winning doubles all the time. It's about how she can learn from the best consistently. Kaya I understand how people can say, oh, blessing this guy siya, she can focus on singles, true. But I have a longer view to it. I want her to be around the likes of a Venus Williams more often, just so she can learn and really internalize what it does take. Because she's a consummate professional, itong si Venus Williams. And to have that rub off more on Alex Ayala, I think would be perfect for her career. Her very young career, mind you. Kaya I want that to be able to help her longevity moving forward.
That's right. Partner?
Well, unfortunately, dito maghihiwalay ang
balat
okay lang yan.
Puti sa decolor.
Okay lang.
No, I guess for me, it's okay that natalo siya dito sa doubles because, diba, there are bigger fish for Alex Ayala para sa singles. Dahil ito, para sa akin, for me, this is just more of a bonus and you know, for the tournament. But if she will get some more experience in playing the sport, makukuha niya yan along the way. Not just with Venus Williams. At saka parang odd for me yung tandem ni Venus at saka ni Alex. Parang hindi sync Diba? Ginawa nga asintahan yung ulo ni Alex Ayala dahil maliit at malaki. No? For me, yung makukuha niya lahat yan, yung experience man along the way, sa Balengka, ang dami niyan, di ba? Yung mga current players na sa top tier ng WTA.
Well, ako, I really think that it might not be a blessing in disguise per se. Because alam ko very competitive si Alex.
Yes.
She really wants to play and win in every match, no? Wala siyang ika nga sinasabing hindi ano lang, gusto ko lang mag-practice, gusto ko lang mag-ano. I
All
think
out yan.
in every match that she plays, talagang gusto niya manalo. But we also know that she's in great shape. Hindi sila akma ni Venus in the sense na hindi sila talaga kahapon nakikita mo very out of sync sila di ba? Minsan pareho silang nasa gitna, minsan pareho silang nasa harap, minsan hindi nila malaman kung which side they will go. So obviously it's not so much the playing with a really great player, it's more of I just feel that it sort of breaks her timing and her pacing and maybe even her touch because iba yung magandang flow ng laro Parang ng basketball yan 'di ba? Pagka ang kalaro mo medyo hindi ka pinapasahan or hindi kayo nagpapasahan or hindi kayo parehong nagkakaamuyan, ang hirap din maglaro ng susunod na laro 'di ba? So again, sport is about sport. I think Alex will always play as hard as she can, but at the end of the day, she obviously wants to go far in the singles, and I think she will obviously take every lesson that she gets from someone katulad ni Venus Williams na napakagaling and of course a legend of the game. All right, well at this point, lamang si McNally 3-2 going and now she's serving up a break laban kay Alex. But of course, lalaban ng ating pinagmamalaking Pinay tennis wonder. Pao, maraming salamat. Enjoy the match of Alex and we hope to get you back on the show. Thank you so much and go Utah. Wag lang against Philadelphia.
My favorite Iyala ko is kapag nandito ako sa show. Maraming salamat ko. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. In regards to Coach Richard, maraming salamat. Thank you. Pao Del Rosario, mga kapatid, ang ating pong veteran sportscaster, one of my favorite sportscasters.
Magaling.
And of course, a great host ng mga shows sa One Sports, mga kapatid. Right now, lamang po si Alex, service ni McNally, 40 love, partner, or love 40. So baka makabalik dito ang ating kababayan. Alright, bago po tayo mag-break, isa muna pong pagsilip sa mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayon ay Yield for Bus. Aba, ano bang Yield for Bus, ha? Panoorin po natin ito, ha? May bagong training drill ang coach na ito para sa kanyang O-line. Aba, offensive line. Pinagtulak lang naman niya ng bus ang 4 na trainee. 4 na nagtulong-tulong para mapaandar yung napakalaking school bus na yan. Yan ba training o talagang nakulangan lang ng baterya yan, partner?
Barado yung karburador siguro.
Kayo ba'y papalag sa ganyan? Ha? Yan ang bagong training, Yield for Bus. At yan din po ang ating Stop and Pop. It is 3-all sa laban po ni Alex Ayala kontra Katie McNally. Patuloy po namin kayong bibigyan ng update sa kanilang laban sa Toronto. But sa aming pong pagbabalik, ang ating makakausap, ang ang national team coach po ng Philippine Women's National Team, Denise D. At mamaya po ang Philippine Archery Team na naghahanda para sa ating Asian Games in Nagoya, Japan. Lahat po yan sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Go. Ang oras po natin, 9:12 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima and by M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
the right, to the right.
To the right of the FM band. True FM.
On 105.9.
Everyday may chance manalo ka sa Cebuana. Mag-transact lang sa Cebuana Luwilier at baka isa ka sa 240 daily winners ng grocery, gas o pambayad ng bills. See posters for details. Promo runs from May 18 to August 17, 2026. Per-DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 256600 series of 2026. Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Ang oras, 9:13.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Fujidenso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenso. Quality above all.
Celebrate the lives of your fallen family heroes at Tahanan ng Alaala in Himlayang, Pilipino. We offer premium memorial service by providing 24 hours personalized customer care with flexible funeral and chapel accommodation packages. At Himlayang Pilipino, we give honor to the heroes of your lives. For inquiries, you may contact us at 0968-896-4850 or 0917-713-5034 or visit us at www.himlayangpilipino.org.
Himlayang Pilipino.
Get ready for a Wild West adventure. Play Wild Bounty Showdown at Bet88. Choose your luck from over 2,500 games so you have more chances for big wins.
It's a non-stop gaming adventure with Bet88.
Bet88, your ultimate playground. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop. Responsible gaming at pagcor.ph.
Sign up at bet88.ph and get daily bonuses. Bet88, your ultimate playground. One force, on air and online. One commitment. The Filipinos here and wherever in the world. One voice, adhering to the truth. Sama-samang nagpapakatotoo sa balita, sa kwento, sa serbisyo. Ito ang 105.9 True FM. Simulcast on True TV sa Signal Channel 19 and on TrueNetwork.ph. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Nagbabalik po ang Power and Play ngayong Sabado ng umaga, August 8. Talaga namang Augusta na, partner, ha? Tuloy ang panahon. Malapit na yung Ghost Month, ha? Yun ang sinasabi nila.
August 13.
August 13 ang simula.
Magsisimula.
Yung mga naniniwala.
Yung mga naniniwala.
Sinasabi nila na wag daw masyadong mag-i-invest o yung ang ingatan ng health, di ba? Yung mga ganun. Siyempre naman, araw-araw iingatan mo health mo. Di ba? Wala namang...
Kasabihan lang naman yan.
Kasabihan lang yan. Alright, ito po hindi kasabihan. Siyempre, kailangan natin pasalamatan ang lahat po ng mga sumusuporta sa atin sa ating pong show. 9 years na po ang Power and Play and going on 10. Kaya po kami nagpapasalamat sa lahat po ng mga nagtataguyod ng Power and Play. Unahin ko na po, of course, ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum sa ganitong maulan, mga kapatid. Walang araw pero maulan. Kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ng bubong ay yerong may aluminum kapag may aluminum chuck na pang matagalan. At isa lang, alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero, Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum.
Thank you! Mileage Asia Corporation. Ika nga, para nga hindi tayo matuluan ng tubig, ng ulan na roofing the nation with Cherry Loom. Galvanizing the industry with Sumo brand GI sheets.
Thank you!
Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag-long trip. At yan ang hatid ng Photon vans tulad ng Photon Trans Van, Photon Traveler, Photon Tuano 15-seater, Photon Tuano Executive 11-seater. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakas at hatak. Merong manual at automatic transmission, pang negosyo, pang barkada at pang pamilya. Merong 5-year or 150-kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. pumunta at tumawag sa pinakamalapit na photon dealership sa inyong lugar.
Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Cherry Auto Philippines has given motorists yet another reason to switch to its 7-seater all-new Tigo REV Luxury Edition SUV. The all-new Tigo REV LE has posted a best-in-class fuel efficiency rating of 84.28 kilometers per liter gasoline equivalent following a fuel eco run conducted by the DOE in 2025. According to the DOE test results, the Tigo REV LE topped its class among vehicles evaluated across plug-in hybrid, diesel, and gasoline categories. The Tigo REV LE has a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. It offers a combined electric and hybrid driving range of up to 1,400 kilometers on a full tank and charge. The model also comes equipped with multiple safety and driver assistance features, including advanced driver assistance systems, adaptive cruise control, and a 540-degree camera system. Own a 7-seater Cherry Tigo REV LE starting at 1.578 million pesos. Visit your nearest Cherry Auto Philippines dealership and book a test drive today.
Thank you!
Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo. Bawat lakad, bawat biyahe, may Joyride na para sa iyo. Joyride MC Taxi para sa mabilisang solo rides. Joyride Car para sa komportable at affordable na car rides. Joyride Taxi Cab para sa convenient meter rides at Joyride Super Taxi Airport Transfer para sa hassle-free airport trips nyo. Always safe at affordable. Mag-book na mga kasundo. Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo.
Thank you!
M2 Veggie Drink. Drink your gulay. Game on. Hydrate right with M2 Veggie Drink. Packed with natural electrolytes from malunggay, okra, and ginger. It's gulay power in every sip, and yes, it's surprisingly delicious. Trusted by moms, loved by kids, perfect for school days, play days, and every day. Available at leading supermarkets and drugstores nationwide. Drink your gulay, mag M2 Veggie Drink na, and follow M2's official social media accounts for more updates, promos, and healthy tips.
Thank you!
N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal. May bago tayong teammates sa Power and Play. Ang N Plus Gold Adult Nutritional Powder Drink para sa bawat laban. Powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength at soy protein to support muscle development. N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Thank you!
Ultima Vitamins and Minerals with Ginseng Food Supplement. Korean Panax Ginseng Ultima.
Thank you!
Skin your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan.
Thank you!
And Smart, live more today.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga sponsors. Alright, mga kaibigan, right now, Alex is really come out strong.
Yun!
After being down 3-1 sa kanyang set na to, she has now won the last 4 games at lamang na siya 5-3 dito sa first set. Laban niya si Katie McNally, and again turning it around, partner. Nakita natin medyo mabagal yung simula niya, but she has really poured it on in the last 4 games, and lamang na yung ating kababayan. 5-3 at the moment, kaya hiyawan na naman yung mga fans. And talking about that, as we prepare for Alex is serving for the match, makakasama po natin ngayon is, somebody who is handling the Philippine national team. Also, now a head coach of Fresno State University and used to be a professional tennis player in the WTA, having won 2 ITF doubles titles in her career. And she is also a bemedaled Southeast Asian Games player of the Philippines with a total of 16 medals in the Southeast Asian Games, including 2 golds for the Philippines. Kasama po natin ngayon is the national team coach of the Philippines, Denise D. Hello, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, Denise.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. It's nice to meet you all. I'm very, very happy to be here. Talk about tennis.
I'm also joined by Jera as my partner here, Denise. Well, first of all, I read your resume, and you are definitely a very experienced tennis player. You've played in the circuit, and obviously you also made that transition from being a junior player to a professional player. Denise, just tell us, how difficult is it to transition from juniors now to the pros, just like Alex has done in this last maybe couple or 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's what Alex is doing right now. Obviously, it's super incredible, super inspiring. You talk about 1,000 juniors in the world, and as you transition to the pros, that becomes times 10, times 20. So you're dealing with multiple generations of fantastic professional athletes, including her doubles partner Venus Williams. So yes, it's inspiring to see how she's moved from the juniors to the pros. Made it look so easy, actually, sometimes. Too easy for that fact. But no, it is incredibly difficult. I think you talk about like just her like going into the WTA tour professionally full time for 2 years. I think the growth that we've seen, it's so exciting that this is hopefully only the beginning.
We've seen her win her first WTA title finally in Washington D.C. She's now in the third round in Toronto. She had an impressive grass court season, and obviously the hard court season has been almost untouchable. How impressive has this run been, Denise? Seeing how she has grown and knowing that she's only 21 years old.
Oh, I think it's just so motivating for all the Filipinas, not just in the Philippines or Filipinos, but even around the world to see this growth, and then just to kind of just show us like how it's possible. We can all do it, and it can be done. Obviously, like I said, she makes it look easy, but we all can see kind of her mental endurance, her mental fortitude for these past like 2 years. It's like her leadership on and off the courts. I think that's why we all definitely have been following her until now. And you can see the lineup that she kind of went through last week, going from Svitolina to Osaka and finishing off with Pegula in her pretty much home country. I mean, words definitely don't express how incredible that not only that effort is, but that huge accomplishment, especially leading towards the U.S. Open, which hopefully no jinxing, but if she keeps raising her level like this, who knows how soon we're close to winning a Grand Slam.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, Denise. Anyway, this issue has been talked about, discussed, analyzed. With regards to the Iyala fever,
Iyala mania,
and the Filipino community, the crowds, and even non-Filipinos, watching, quite animated, very noisy. What's your take on this?
I think it just comes to show, like in a sport like tennis, where I think another international sport we all get used to, whether it's basketball or boxing, but in tennis, like as a professional, you're competing week in, week out, all year round. One tournament is 3 to 5 matches. So there's just so much opportunity to see Alex on a weekly basis. And I think not only that's exciting, but everybody wants more. And I think what's even more exciting is the energy that she allows us to all share with. And I think as in tennis, we talk about the individual person, and I think anytime she steps on the court, I don't know about you, but I think we all feel that we're a part of her journey, just at the same time in every single match possible. And this is not just in the U.S., but whether it's in Qatar or I was with her in the Southeast Asian Games in Bangkok, wherever she goes, I feel that, it's like everybody has an opportunity to see her live in person, which is amazing.
She just wrapped up the first set against Katie McNally, 6-3. And she's on to the second set right now. So again, an amazing comeback. She was down 3-1 and she just came back, winning all 5 games after that. Denise, you said that you were with her in the Southeast Asian Games, and obviously you've seen her play then, and now you see her play now. What has been the biggest difference in her game?
I think the belief and the confidence definitely. I think she definitely has that last December, but you can definitely see she steps on the court and she just feels just like she belongs there. And I think that's super important to compete with these fabulous tennis players. And I think she's getting not only used to the idea of being there, but also going through the rounds and beating multiple top 10 players is something, it's not really common, especially for and a person who's just kind of started the tour for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's now go to the preparation for the Asian Games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's the status right now of our tennis players for the national team?
Over the team in general, I think. Well, hopefully we can have her come out there. I mean, it's also it's a very interesting part of the WTA season. It's during the large Asia swing for the WTA. There's tons of points on the line, tons of things to keep in mind. But I think super grateful to even have Alex be part of the Asian Games. There's going to be the Shanghai 1000 event the week before, which is a very important event for her. So having her represent the country says a lot of things about her. I think besides her, we had also a Asian Games medalist in Francis Casey Alcantara. I'm very excited that he's going to be a part of it as well. Australian Open junior tennis player, champion in doubles. I think what a great player in addition to for the games, at least for the sport of tennis. And we've had Shira Hope Rivera and Teniel Madis and Steffi Aludo, who's going to be the last three players of the women's team. Those three players competed last June in the Billie Jean King Cup in the Group 2 and done an amazing job and got promoted to Group 1. That's pretty much almost, that's also an incredible achievement. So these are upcoming players that also have executed and done super well, not just in the Billie Jean King Cup, but even last SEA Games, especially with Steffi and Tenny. There are kind of what we call our juniors. They're barely 17, 18 years old, up and coming. They're on the rise. So tennis players, I mean, obviously Ayala is doing fantastic at 21, but you see a lot of tennis players, they're peaking like around 26, 27. So I think they're those two, they definitely have a lot of potential, and I think having them be a part of the Asian Games, it's you never know what could happen, and I think they have a great shot at coming away with a medal too. So I think with these four women's and with Francis, I think we're looking really, really sharp for the Asian Games. I'm pretty excited to be there and see also kind of the candidates are going to be in Osaka, in Japan as well.
Yeah, this may, it just crossed my mind. This might be a funny or silly question. How will you coach Alex during the Asian Games? What are the things that you need to tell her?
I mean, tennis is one of these sports too, where it's you got to be self-reliant. You got to solve your own problems. I think a lot of it, is going to be just kind of guiding her to the direction. Like she already knows how to not only play big matches, but execute them. So, I mean, we're also going to have some coaching help from her coach Sando out there as well. So, whether it's on the court, off the court. So, just like in the Southeast Asian Games. But yeah, it's a big deal. I think if anything, Alex is going to obviously be super prepared for the event herself.
I want to ask you, and going back to that, coaching Alex, how much of a factor is her being a left-handed player? I've heard how there is an advantage to being a lefty, particularly in terms of angles. How much does Alex use that when you see her play now?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think it's not a secret, but especially when you're on the left side of the court or the ad side, and she's serving out wide and hitting her awesome forehand inside out to the open court. I think that pattern alone is super lethal. Her spin on her serve is pretty tricky. Like definitely being a lefty is for her sake. She's definitely taken advantage of that. There's tons of lefties out there who don't take advantage of that for sure. But for her, I think she uses it definitely to her full advantage. And as a tennis player, it is quite frustrating to play against somebody with that like that.
What's your take? You mentioned the serve, Alex, and many people have discussed it, criticized it, analyzed it, but we've seen that it has also become not a liability for Alex. She has used that serve. Many players are now practicing how to play her soft serve or her slower serve. What is your take on the Alex Ayala serve?
I think all comments and thoughts. Definitely see everybody's point of view there. I think her serve, obviously, in her early career, used to be kind of what you said, a liability, and I think that's a great thing about tennis. You could turn your weaknesses into your strength as well, and I think she's obviously found a solution to that. And I think over the months, even the past year or two, you can see her serve is getting a lot more fluid, is getting more power. So she's kind of going through her process with her serve by making it better, but also using it to her advantage. And yeah, it's sometimes on purpose. I guess, for lack of better words, it can be weak or soft or very spinny or short and low, kind of what a lot of the players complain about. But that's also part of tennis too, is try to figure out how you can hide your weaknesses and turn it into strengths.
Right. Well, she has had.
I think she's doing a great job, honestly. Like I think if
well, we can see that right
now. If anything, like in a few years, you're gonna see her bombing serves, T serves, and hitting aces.
I've always said, and many people have asked me about her, and I've always said, as long her serve is maybe not yet a weapon, not yet, but it is not a liability. Certainly, at least in terms of the strength. And I have always said that it's better to have the right serve at the right time rather than a powerful serve at the wrong time.
Exactly. Yeah, we're looking for effectiveness, right? We're not looking for sometimes style and power and aesthetics can look nice, but overall, is it effective? In my personal opinion, so far it is. She's obviously not only gone through matches, but hey, she's doing her thing. She's still beating these players, and that's what we want to see too.
A couple of questions before I let you go, Denise. Well, of course, she has had a tremendous impact on the sport itself. Now many organizers are saying that she's bringing in a new set of fans, the Filipino fans that have long waited for someone to really bring up the sport. She's bringing in a new demography into the game. How important is this to have new fans to the game, Denise, and particularly the Filipino fans?
I think in tennis, it's always been a conversation, if not the past 5 years, 10 years, is how can we fill the stands, whether it's professional tennis, college tennis, junior tennis. So I think first of all, that's a big statement. Everywhere and all places and venues she's been to, they're selling out, and that's like I said, it's definitely what not only tennis wants, the WTA Tour wants to see, but tennis wants to see as well. I think if anything, how do we get even more of that in other countries as well? I think it's I'm really impressed to even see and follow when it becomes from Wimbledon to, like I said, Qatar, where ticket sales are going up 75%. I think, oh my gosh, I think it's for me, the more the merrier. It's amazing.
Yeah, but what about the
the new fans? With the new fans.
The new fans.
About the
Got
new
it.
fans.
We're talking about the
definitely.
new fans.
I think definitely we could all start to have more conversations with each other, right? In terms of how do we conduct ourselves, right?
Right.
Some comments thrown out there.
I think that's something that we want you to talk about.
I think there's two golden rules to start with, right? Is we even in Philippine culture, right? We have a big culture of respect, right? And and the way that we have respect in tennis, it just looks a little bit different. Definitely, movement and silence. While the points, once a player gets on the baseline about to serve, that's a perfect time to be silent, stop moving. That's definitely a golden rule of tennis until the point is over and it's completely over. Try to avoiding like any noise or any movement during the point is definitely, that's going to be the biggest thing in terms of respect for tennis. But when the point is over, love the energy, love the cheering. You want to go as loud as you can, as long as you can, no problem. But once a person gets on that baseline about to serve, I think that's kind of where we all just got to coordinate with that, and I think that's one of probably the biggest things that I've personally noticed watching these matches and following along, and probably the second thing is just going to be treating the umpire as kind of a conductor of a choir or an orchestra. So we want to listen to the umpire. If the umpire wants us to be quiet, then we're gonna have to make sure we not only we respect that, but we do that. And I think besides the timing of cheering and listening to the umpire, I think everybody should make as much noise as possible. I think why not?
Well,
what do you guys think about that?
Oh, I totally agree with you, Denise.
Totally agree with you.
I mean, if it has to be a basketball field, I don't mind as long as we keep quiet during the actual game itself. But as you said, right after a point, we can be as loud as we can, and I'm obviously Filipino fans will be as long as Alex continues to play. Denise, so obviously you'll have that support in Nagoya, and we look forward to you being there with Alex and getting our gold medal for Philippine tennis once again. And we congratulate you on everything that you've done. Thank you and all the best. And let's enjoy.
Thank you so much for having me. It's nice to meet you too.
Let's enjoy Alex Ayala today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Mga kaibigan, ang national team coach ng Philippine tennis, Philippine women's tennis team, si Denise D, a former pro player, of course, a current head coach ng Fresno State University, talking about the tremendous impact ni Alex. And of course, yung etiquette ng new fans sa partner.
Actually, yun nga eh. That's, syempre lumalaki yung fan base ni Alex, di ba? Yung mga iba naman dyan talaga hindi nagte-tennis eh. It's all about Alex, not the sport, di ba? Yung nakikita nila. Kaya hindi pa sila sanay.
Hindi pa sanay. Hindi po nang babastos. Hindi lang sanay.
Masaya lang.
We will get there. Pero sabi nga nila, at marami wag humawawala yung ingay. Basta hindi lang naglalaro. Pagkatapos noon, sumigaw tayo hanggang kaya natin sapagkat that's the new energy that we've brought to the game. Kaya wag po tayong mahiya dyan. Alright, mga kabigan.
Status.
Ang status po sa kasalukuyan, tabla sa second set, 1-1. At dito sa serve ni McNally ay deuce. So may pag-asa maka-break na naman. Orange deuce. si Alex dito sa serve na to. Alright, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating huling yugto, syempre sumilip muna tayo sa ilang bahagi ng kasaysayan sa mundo ng palakasan this week in sports history.
August 6, 2021 or 5 years ago, nakumpleto ni Elaine Thompson Hera.
Parang Jera.
Ang Olympic sprint triple gold. Kasunod yan ang kanyang ginto sa 4x100 meter relay. Nauna nang nakuha ni Thompson Hera ang gold medals sa 100 meter at 200 meter sprints ng Tokyo Olympics. Siya ang ikatlong babae sa kasaysayan ng sport na nakumpleto ng triple sprint. Elaine Thompson Hera completes triple sprint gold this week in sports history.
Wow, talaga naman napaka malapit na yung triple yung athletics isa pang inaabangan niya sa Asian Games. Dahil si EJ Obiena nga ang ganda ng ipinapakita ngayon mga kapatid, and hopefully he can defend his Asian Games gold medal also sa pole vault. Alright, at this point, let's ipasok na po natin ang ating huling yugto kung saan, syempre ating po patuloy na tinututukan ang paghahanda ng ating mga atleta para sa parating na Nagoya Asian Games na gaganapin po next month dyan po sa Nagoya, Japan. At ang ating po makakasama this week at ilalagay sa spotlight ang ating po mga atleta mula sa Philippine Archery in the Spotlight. Ang Philippine Archery is making waves, making moves that we are hoping that of course we can make a big splash in Nagoya, Japan. And today, makakasama po natin sila, ang ating po mga archers, ika nga, si Amaya Coangco, Naina Tagle, Gervin Garcia, and Paul De La Cruz. Thank you so much for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello po, thank you. Hello.
Morning.
Hello, good morning, good morning. Of course, Amaya is a veteran international archer. Si Naina, Naina ba yan? Naina?
Naina po.
Naina is of course a young, promising, rising national athlete. Is it Gervin? Gervin
po, yes. Gervin
is a national team and former U21 standout. And of course, si Paul?
Wala po si Paul.
Wala si Paul.
Esa Caparas.
Sino?
Esa Caparas.
Esa. Si Esa is here. All right. Well, let me first ask you. Alam natin na napakaganda nung naging performance ng ating archery team. Both in Bangladesh and in Singapore, yung ating youth team, no? Ano ba? What do you think has been the biggest factor sa resurgence ng archers natin? I'll begin with you, Amaya. You're a veteran campaigner. What do you think has been the biggest reason for itong napakagandang nagiging performance ng ating Philippine archery team?
Well, for this year, we have Korean coaches. And we haven't had Korean coaches in over 10 years or 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, malaking factor din na we have foreign coaches this year.
Oo. Well, sabi nga nila, ang mga coaches natin ngayon ay, alam mo, partner, Coach Ryu Su-jeng. She is a credentialed Olympic coach. She has coached several gold medals para sa national team ng Korea, including si Ansan, who won 3 golds in the Tokyo Olympics. Let me ask, siguro si Gervin, alam natin that you now have this Korean coach, including a world champion in Hong Song Chi. Anong mga new philosophies and training methods ang na-introduce nitong mga bagong coaches ninyo that has really improved your technique as well as your competitiveness?
Well, regards sa coach po namin ngayon, definitely yung sa discipline talaga yung naging parang biggest factor in our training this time. Since dati po parang medyo relax lang po yung training, but now talaga with the Korean coaches here, parang you always have to come, like, di lang come early, but like even earlier than the set training schedule. And then some archers nga po even go beyond the training schedule to even work on their techniques further pa para mas mas ma-improve pa namin yung performance namin in the upcoming games.
Totoo yan di ba? Kumbaga parang nagle-level up na talaga ang training at saka pagko-coach ng Philippine Archery. Dahil ako, natatandaan ko dati during the mid-80s at saka late 80s, yung di ba meron tayong national archer na si Chan yung taga Dumaguete. If I'm not mistaken.
Joan Chan?
Joan Chan. Di ba?
Dalawa po sila. Dalang Chan po. Si Jennifer po.
Jennifer Chan.
The Joan Chan yata. But anyway, yung taga Dumaguete. And before, ang practice area lang nila dito sa UP ngayon,
marami namang facilities.
Kamusta ng training facilities?
Oo, tama. Siguro, let's ask Esa.
Yes, sir. Actually, marami ng facilities ang archery. So, isa na po dito yung pinakamalaki is here in Marikina. So, dito talaga kami nagtitrain. All the national teams are in here.
Saan ulit yan? Saan ulit?
Marikina.
Sa Marikina.
Marikina po, Marikina.
Saan yung Marikina Sports Complex?
No, sir. Dito po sa STI Gold Dome.
Okay.
Tabi po siya ng Loyola.
So you're really, at least nakakakuha na kayo ng bagong infrastructure, ng support. That's terrific. And of course, yung exposure, yung mga laban, no? Naina, the youth team, 30 gold medals in Singapore. is that, gaano kahalaga yan para sa inyo in terms of the development? At saka, does that mean talagang marami nang nai-interest ngayon sa archery, mga nakabataan?
Yes po. Like, I think it really inspires a lot of people to join archery, as well as it shows the strength in archery today. And I think that'll gather us a lot of support in the future, especially for those beginner archers that really want to push through in joining the national team and competing internationally as well.
Alam mo, ito, ganito, no? Because every week kasi, we invite yung mga national team natin in several disciplines, no? Para magkaroon rin ng dagdag interes sa mga nanonood at nakikinig dito sa programa. Can you tell us more about yung sa competition ng archery, yung compound, recurve? How do you get points? In a nutshell lang, para maintindihan ng mga nanonood at nakikinig sa atin yung competition ng archery.
Siguro si Amaya, can you tell us a little bit about how archery is played, anong competition dyan? Para mas maintindihan at ma-enjoy natin.
Sure, it starts with a qualifying round. We shoot 72 arrows.
72.
And each arrow is 10 points. So parang perfect siya. So 720 yung perfect score for the qualifying round. So after the qualifying round, you're put into brackets based on your ranking. Tapos elimination na siya from then on.
Yung distance. Yung distance.
For the two events, so for the Asian Games, there will be two events. The recurve and compound. For recurve, 70 meters sila. 70. Kami compound, 50 meters.
Oo. Yung kasi marami nagsasabi, yung bang mabigat ba daw yan? Yung bang pana ninyo mahirap ba daw sa daliri? Ano mo, syempre
saka yung equipment
Gervin, tumutungo ka, masakit ba o sanayan lang? Ano ba yan? Paano ba yan?
Actually po lahat kami may kalyo talaga dito sa...
May kalyo? Talaga. So talagang masakit yan, ha? Ganon. Dahil yung tension ng string, ano yan? Gaano ka yung tension nun? Is that also standardized? Is that all the same? Pare-pareho ba yan?
Sa amin pong mga recurve, usually around 40 to 50 pounds ang draw weight. And then for compound po, umaabot ng 60 pounds.
Wow. Sa tingin ko talagang mahirap hilahin 'yun, di ba?
Dahil yung kung 70 meters kailangan talaga dahil syempre parang sa golf. Kapag mas malayo, mas mahirap mong maidiretso Kapag mas maiksi, mas madali, di ba?
Well, of course you are getting ready for the Asian Games, but Esa, are there still tournaments ahead? Na sasalihan nyo in preparation for Nagoya?
Meron sir here sa Davao this coming August 19.
Oo. Ano yun? International tournament ba yun? International tournament?
National tournament.
Local.
Pero wala kayong international before sa Nagoya?
Wala po kasi grounded kami ng Korean coaches.
Grounded? Bakit?
They wanted training. Parang they just wanted to train us intensively.
Yes.
Style yun.
Kasi when we go internationally, daming like travel, rest times. So here we can train intensively and focus techniques, and we don't have to worry about yung jet lag.
We had one international lineup, kaya lang sa Turkey po siya.
Sa Turkey.
So sa Turkey, with the unrest and all, they decided not to send us anymore. So talagang concentrate kami sa training. And anyways, we've had international exposure last year. And marami pong simulation games kaming ginagawa ngayon locally. And I think we'll be ready. We don't the Korean coaches are preparing as well.
Maganda rin yun.
Maganda rin yun. At least nakakapag-concentrate sila. They're in their comfort zone, and not far away from home. What about your equipment, Amaya? Okay ba kayo? Are you being provided with a lot of support to buy the right equipment? Lalong-lalo na, of course, the mismong bow, no?
Magkano ba inaabot ng isang...
kasi marami nang magtatanong din yan. Pwede ba ako sumali dyan pero wala akong masyadong pera? Pwede na ba yung ginawa ko lang sa kawayan?
Para po siyang golf.
Mahal din. So napakamahal.
Actually po, meron po kaming sa Davao po, meron pong such thing as PVC event. So, PVC bow po yung gamit nila. So, ito po yung parang pinaka-entry level sa lahat na pwedeng pasukan ng mga bata, mga public schools, beginners. Kasi PVC bow lang siya na gawa sa PVC, tas may tali. So, yun po ang pinaka-accessible event natin sa archery sa Philippines po.
Anyway, sinabi mo yan, di ba? Minsan may kita mo sa mga malls di ba? Meron.
Meron. May ganun na ngayon.
Meron po.
So ganung klaseng equipment ang ginagamit?
Yes po. So, similar po siya sa golf clubs. So,
iba-iba.
Pwedeng as low as 25,000, second hand. Pero, hindi naman po siya as bad ng golf kasi may mga 1 million pong umaabot sa golf, di ba po?
Di naman.
Yung club nito, 1 million.
Wala naman umaabot ng 1 million. Grabe naman.
Meron po, di ba yung mga gold?
Alam ni Amaya yan eh.
Meron 1 million. Baka tinatago lang ng mga asawa sa mga asawa nila.
I want to ask all of you, in terms of the Asian Games, how will you define a successful campaign para sa Philippine Archery Team? Siguro, Gervin, ano sa tingin mo? Are you looking at, several goals or just making it to the next level? Ano ba ang mga baseline ninyo, benchmarking ninyo to make it a successful campaign for Philippine Archery?
Right now po, we are looking forward to winning at least 1 medal po sana this coming Asian Games. And syempre to improve our performances from the previous competitions din. Especially in terms ng mga scores namin in the qualification. And hopefully din dun sa elimination rounds.
Sa tingin mo ba yung coaches ninyo are really giving you enough confidence really to be able to meet world-class competition? Alam naman natin sa Asia, world-class ang mga Koreano, ang mga even I think some of the Russian countries, di ba? Russian republics, di ba? Parang ganon?
Yes, sir. For sure naman kasi si Coach Rio naman yung nalilito for us.
All right.
But how about handling pressure? Sabi nyo nga probably ito yung style ng inyong coach na dito lang kayo, parang sa Pilipinas lang kayo, di ba? Walang international exposure. But how will you, ito question lang how will you handle, pagdating na doon sa Asian Games, na kalaban nyo talaga yung mga kilalang magagaling na archers, how will you handle that pressure? How do you think will you handle that pressure?
Siguro, let's ask si Naina.
That's why we're required to join Davao this coming August 18 because we want to have the experience and also play among the other Filipino archers because like to me personally, the feeling of the international competition and the local competitions is somewhat the same, but it's just local. So that's why, and also during the practices here, we also have our simulated games where we go against each other. So the level of intensity when we go against each other is somewhat the same kasi I feel like our scores are higher here while we're training intensive.
Usually po yung mga simulations po namin dito pag kunwari yung talo may punishment.
Talaga?
Pero hindi pustahan hindi naman pustahan.
Hindi naman po.
Well, I know we're all laughing but I know you are all, kayong lahat ay very intense in your preparations and we wish you all the best sa Asian Games. I know that ang ganda ng suporta sa inyo ngayon ng Philippine Archery, ng Federation, ng Association, and of course ng PSC. So, good luck.
Good luck sa inyo,
to all of you. And pag kayo nanalo ng medalya, sana bumalik kayo sa show, sa Power and Play. Congratulations already and good luck sa Asian Games.
Thank you sa inyo. Good luck.
Ibigan ng ating pong mga archers, si Amaya, si Naina, si Vanessa, and si Gervin.
At si Esa.
Si Esa, si Vanessa. Kaya sana nga, they bring home the bullseye. Yeah.
They bring home the chicken.
The chicken.
The bird. Oh.
They bring home the bird. Alright mga kapatid, at this point, just as an update, lamang po si Alex. She broke McNally again.
Yun.
Lamang po siya ngayon 3-2. But right now, may medical timeout, partner. Tinitingnan yung right foot ni Alex Ayala ng isang medical attendant. I don't think it's anything serious. Although hinubad na ni Alex yung kanyang medyas. And we can see her foot is naka-wrap. And she's talking to the medical attendant. Tingnan natin kung hopefully it's just a blister, pero she's pointing to her foot and her toes. So well, sana hindi naman seryoso to. Lamang po si Alex 1 set and 3-2 in the second set. And bago po tayo magtapos, syempre announce po lang natin ang mga nanalo ng Joyride Tapa promo, si Ferdinand Tamil, Jennifer Cantos, Lalaine Paloma, Faith Arocha, and si Kane Gorospe. So, abangan po natin ang susunod na kabanata kay Alex Ayala at sa lahat ng ating mga atleta. Congratulations! Patuloy po tayong magbunyi dahil tayo po ay proud na Pilipino, proud sa ating mga Filipino athletes. And that'll do it for us, partner.
Okay, partner.
See you next week. And sa lahat po sa inyo, lagi natin sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit kahit medyo makulimlim ang panahon. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleservisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy Sports Weekend sa inyo lahat.
More power.
And more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, sumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was brought to you by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, empowering the Filipino business. Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. And N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang larong gusto mo. Pag-usapan natin,